Well, it's another beautiful day. You know, I don't mind cold, I don't mind clouds, I don't even really mind rain. The one thing that I don't like working in is the wind. Not this again. A couple videos back, I talked about kind of all the things that happened in 2022, all the things that were accomplished out here. And I think today, since the weather is kind of nasty, it would be a good day to talk about what our goals are out here for 2023. That's what we're talking about today on Farmertylerranch. It's days like today that I think, man, I need a good shop project. That'd keep me out of the weather, but I'd still be getting something done. And as I look around here, probably the project that needs to happen is a thorough cleaning, or, you know, not even a thorough cleaning, just a cleaning of any type in the shop. Just get a little bit more organized and make some more room for some new projects. So honestly, that's not really a goal for 2023 because I've always kind of thought, well, you know, in a clean shop, you're not getting much done. And while this side of the shop is somewhat of a disaster, I have been doing some cleaning over here on the other side of the shop, and I plan to rearrange things a little bit because I'm making room for a new project, and that brings me into my first goal for 2023. My first goal for 2023 is to get this Jubilee running again. Every time I look at it sitting out here behind the shop, it makes me sad because this tractor should be used. A couple years ago, I went through and did a bunch of work to this tractor, but I think it was about a year ago that we had started having some problems and it wasn't running right, and I ended up parking it out here, and now here it sits. I'm starting to accumulate some parts for this thing. I've got some more things on order, and my hope is to drag this thing into the shop in the next couple of days and start tearing it down. Here's my parts pile so far. I've got several things here, but I know that there's a lot more that I need to get. And another thing that I've got coming in the mail is some new lighting for the shop here. I know that it's dark and it doesn't make very good video when it's dark in here and we can't really see what's going on. So by the time I start working on that project, it's going to be really bright on this side of the shop, and I should have a few more parts. But what I still don't have is an end goal for that tractor. I mean, the first thing to do is to make it mechanically sound, make it run well, but from there, I'm not really sure where I want to go. Do I want to do a full restoration, like painting it and everything like that? I had this idea about like putting duals on it and a straight pipe and kind of make like a little pulling tractor out of it. I mean, that might be kind of cool. So I don't know. I would like to hear your guys' thoughts, what you would like to see. Maybe you've got another idea that I didn't mention. Leave it in the comments and let me know. My other big shop project for the year is going to be modifying this trailer. Mostly what I use this for now is hauling round bales, and in its current configuration, it's really not ideal for that. The plan for this trailer is pretty simple. The hardest part is going to be, I'm gonna flip the axles so that the springs ride on top of the axles, and the point of doing this is to raise the deck up a little bit so that I can do away with these fenders altogether and make a perfectly flat deck. The problem is that with the fenders in place, you can't go too wide with bales right here because they won't fit. You'd have to rest bales on the fender, and I did that one year, and what ended up happening is it bent the fender down so that it rubbed on the tire, eventually resulting in a blowout. So that's not ideal. The other nice thing is that when I take this to get steel, which is the other thing I use it for the most, it's gonna be a lot easier for the forklift driver to set the steel on the trailer and pull off of it without having to worry about bumping into fenders. Once the deck and the fenders are taken care of, the other thing that I wanna do is weld a bunch of D-rings all the way around this so that I have more options when it comes time to secure the load. That's an issue that I do have with this trailer sometime. I've got stake pockets on the side, but I don't have D-rings, and a lot of times that's really what I need. It's not a whole lot that has to happen with this trailer, but it is some critical improvements, and I really need to get that done before I get the hay baled. And at the moment, those are the two big shop projects that I've got on the agenda. Hopefully those are gonna get done fairly soon because I'm gonna need the trailer by spring, and when spring rolls around, I'm probably not gonna have a lot of time to work on the tractor. So hopefully we can get going on these things pretty quick. Down here at the ranch, I've got several projects in mind for this year as well. The first one is getting a more permanent water setup here in the bullpen. Right now, I'm still just filling the bathtub here with a hose, and I don't mind using the bathtub as a water trough, but I would like to, I mean, at the very least, I would like to get a water faucet inside the barn here where I didn't have to run a hose across the working corral to get water over here. And as I'm sitting here talking, my new friend here, I guess he wants to say hi. Always want to lick me, don't you? The next thing that I've been wanting to do this for years, but that is to rebuild this loading chute. I guess the reason that I haven't done it yet is because it is still, I mean, it still works, but you can see we've got some issues. I've probably neglected repairs here because I've been knowing that I was going to rebuild this, but I think this year is the year. So that's the loading chute where I was just standing. As you look, as this fence comes down here, I want to replace all of this. This is mostly held together by portable panels and boards that are probably older than I am. And as long as we're down here, it would be nice to go ahead and replace this fence as well, all the way down to the gate. If you watch closely, you can actually see that fence swaying in the wind. That's how good it is. Next thing down here at the ranch that I'm kind of undecided on, other than that I know I want to do something here, and that is this area next to the garage that looks like a lake right now, and the garage itself. Right now, I don't feel like this area is being utilized to its fullest potential, and I've got two ideas of something that I might possibly want to do with it. The first one is to just bring in a few loads of gravel and gravel this entire area. There is a little drain here, so I'd have to lay like maybe a 4-inch PVC pipe all the way down to the drainage ditch. Speaking of that, we need to make some drainage improvements here for sure. The last few years have been drought years, and I didn't really know that I had such a problem, but now that we're actually getting some rain this year, I can see my drainage is terrible here, and I probably need to do something about that. The reason for graveling this entire area is that it would make it so easy to come in here and make a U-turn with the stock trailer, with the hay trailer. It'd just be nice to have the extra room to maneuver that large equipment around. The other reason that it would be nice is that sometimes I store hay right here, as you guys might remember, and if this was a little bit elevated with some gravel, it would be a lot nicer for that. Obviously, we would not want hay sitting here right now because look how much water is there. It would be ruined. If we did that, then the garage would kind of continue to be used as it's being used right now, as for storage and a place to park the tractor. And it works good for that. The other idea that I've got for this building, and I think I've maybe touched on this before, but I've thought about pulling all the shelving out of here, the old workbench, the cupboards, just gutting this pretty much entirely. I think this south wall needs to be rebuilt. It's in pretty bad shape. But basically doing all that, fixing this up, and then taking advantage of this concrete floor in here and using this facility for raising pigs. Now, if I decide to do that, I will want to give them a place outside as well. So I essentially give up my little gravel pad here. We're not gonna be able to do both things because the pigs will be utilizing this area. But there's a lot of things that need to be considered too. It's kind of nice having the feeder pigs at the house because if we have any food that goes bad or whatever, we can give it to them and it's really convenient. They're right there. So then that makes me think, well, we could continue to raise feeder pigs at the house, and then maybe we can make this garage like a sow barn. Do I want to get into breeding pigs? I'm not really sure. It's an idea that I've toyed with over the years. If I did though, this I would make this a sow barn for sure. But I'm not decided yet. The only thing that I know is that I want to do something. So we're gonna figure it out before the year's over. I'm back here at the house now, and I'm standing in front of what used to be our garden. And it seems like every year I say one of my goals is to make a better garden, and it just never seems to happen. So this year we're trying something new. We're letting the pigs in here to root this all up. And again, a goal for 2023 is to improve the garden. Exactly what that's gonna look like, I'm not sure. My dream scenario is to get like a small greenhouse, start our own seeds, and do everything kind of in-house that way. And how much of that we will accomplish, I have no idea. But my goal, I guess, is to at least continue to make strides towards that, or accomplish some version of that, whatever it might look like. I'm now standing here in what I refer to as my smokehouse. Now, this isn't really a smokehouse, but it's where I keep the smoker, so it's a smokehouse. And this is something that I kind of want to leave up to you guys. I've been considering making some videos about preparing food, or the ways that we cook the stuff that we raise here on the ranch. I've noticed as I look throughout YouTube for recipes and things like that, that there's not a lot that panders towards like farm grown, grass raised meat, which is almost entirely what we have. But I thought it would be kind of cool to make some videos talking about like smoking meat, snack sticks, things like that. After all, you guys all see how we raise this food. Maybe some people would be interested in seeing how we prepare it. Let me know if that's something that you guys do want to see. I think that would be fun to make some of those videos. Not going to be all the time, but when I am whipping up some snack sticks or smoking a brisket or whatever it might be, if that's something that you're interested in, just let me know. All right, let's go see what Mrs. FTR has in store for 2023. See, we got the dishwasher at work here. And all this time I thought Bree was washing the dishes, but it looks like it's been Callie this whole time. What are you doing?
My evening chores.
I've been making a video about my goals for 2023, and I want to know what your goals are. You can think about it for a minute. I know I'm putting you on the spot and there was no preparation at all.
Well, I'm still working on my goals. One of my goals is carrying over to the new year of getting hats. I actually have the hats in my possession, and I've just been trying to call some places to get some quotes and get those ready to be embroidered.
This is a goal that I'm especially excited about because, as you guys know, I wear a hat every single day, and it will be nice to have a healthy supply of Farmertylerranch hats.
We're excited to have some hats so we could possibly do some giveaways, hopefully for 100,000 subs.
So FTR hats are coming. I'm excited. What else you got?
Well, this isn't a goal. I don't want this to be a goal written in stone. I just am like kind of throwing this out there.
Sure.
But I'm interested in getting a Cricut machine so I can start maybe making all of our shirts in-house, and maybe even some other merchandise that we could make with the Cricut machine.
And for those of you that don't know what a cricket is, because I didn't know what, I thought a cricket was, an insect that lives outside. But apparently it's also a machine that can like print logos and things of that nature on shirts, sweatshirts,
towels,
aprons, I mean, anything made of fabric, pretty much.
But not hats.
So I was outside standing by what used to be the garden, and I was telling them how it's embarrassing that in every video we make about goals, it's always, yeah, we're going to step up our garden, we're going to level up our garden. And it just never seems to happen, but it is a goal of mine again this year, and we have talked about the possibility of maybe building a small greenhouse.
Yes, every year we do say something about our garden, but each year we do get a little bit better. Mm-hmm. So I think that is still something that we should be proud of. We never get to where we want to be, but we do get a little bit closer.
Yeah.
And I would say, yes, I am definitely on board with the greenhouse. I would like to start our own seeds.
I think what really took the wind out of our sails last year is that a lot of our plants didn't do that well. And when you're putting all the work into it and the plants are just not thriving, it's kind of hard to stay motivated. But what I realized is that everything that we started from seed did very well. So that makes me think that we would be more successful if we started everything from seed and really didn't do any nursery transplants.
And to go along with the garden goals, I would say that this was, I believe, a goal one of the years, I can't remember if it was last year or the year before that, was to continue to preserve our food that we do grow from the garden. And last year, actually, we did do one better. We picked all the peaches from our peach tree, and my sister and I canned and made peach jam out of all the peaches. So we actually did really good. And I froze a lot of those peaches too. You don't need to zoom that close.
That's not close.
I just want to end the video by saying, or my part of the video, who knows what producer will cut. But
We'll definitely cut that.
I just want to say thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. I could never thank you enough. I know without you guys, we could not have the life that we have. And I'm not kidding when I say that Tyler and I talk about this every single day, of just about how grateful we are that we get to have this life and how lucky we are, and we don't take it for granted. We know that, and we couldn't do it without you guys. So I just want to say thank you so much, because I am seriously living a dream that I dreamed about for so long, and I know Tyler is living his best life right now, a dream that he never thought was possible, but you guys made it possible. So thank you so much.
All right. Well, I think that is going to do it for our 2023 goals. A year from now, we'll see how we do with them. But until then, thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again on Farmertylerranch. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again.
I don't know.
Thanks for hanging out with us today, guys, and I hope to see you again on Farmertylerranch.